2025 Professional Women's Division is heading east. Patty Hung will be chasing them.
What a great description. We couldn't do that if we were a relay team, each running a mile. Who are we kidding? Women's race fully engaged right now. We've got three. Helen Obiri trying to become a three-time champ right there. Amani Bariso. And then in front there in the orange kit, Yalemzerf Yehualaw. Those three ladies are on their way. And is that Sharon Lokedi gets pulled up? So she dropped back, but Sharon has fought back to make it 4.
Yeah, and I think that's huge. I just said to you over the commercial break, I said we have to see if Sharon can reattach herself, because that is no women's land. And this is we still have a long ways to go. She needed to regroup and catch back up. But listen, they are 2 minutes under course record pace right now. These women are flying. We have not seen a woman, one woman we've seen go under 2:20 here. Now we have 4 in the top pack that are running 2:17 or potentially faster.
Well, we saw the F-15 flyover, so to kind of borrow on that, there's 4 women. They're in formation. The men over there, as they get through these tough Newton Hills, John Career is all by himself, Meb.
John Career looks great. And when I talked to him earlier in the week, he said he wants to run for a purpose and for a cause. He's a product of his brothers that founded the Transcend Talent Academy, and he's been part of that. And then he said, you know, I'm going to be able to be an ambassador for this. And he's looking at his watch right now. He's measuring himself, but also he's wanted to give it back. He said he's going to give 10% of his earning to the Transcend Academy. So he's running for a purpose. It looked like it's a little bit downhill now. We have gone past Heartbreak Hill. He have enough gap. Can he maintain all the way through is the question.
John Career, mile 20, 4:41, mile 21, 4:39. That's cooking.
What I think right now is I'm looking, John Career pushing. Look at the pace that he's got, right? He is definitely intense right now. On the women's side, it looks almost as if they've kind of settled back in, really kind of honing in on each other. They're still well under that pace. They are not necessarily thinking about course record. They're thinking about the win. But John Career, my goodness, has he hammered the last mile.
Yeah, that gap is up to 25 seconds. So, for all the life of me, he doesn't look like he's ready to go backwards at all.
This is late in the course.
Yep.
Amani Bariso.
The world champion, Amani Bariso, is been left behind by these 3 ladies.
Sharon Lokedi has to do this. You can see that she's got that pressure on. She has to do it if she wants to run the legs out of Helen Obiri. Yehualaw is great as well. She's got that speed. But I really think that this is where Lokedi needs to start thinking about really starting to put the pressure on.
And it becomes a whole different race. You see a lot of those fast marathon times, but that's because they're in races with pace setters. They're in races with people that can help them through this. These guys are on their own, and there are...
Has done. This woman has won medals on the track, in cross country. She's done so well. She was 3rd at the Olympic Games, but a lot of people don't realize that came with 2 falls during the middle of that race. So just such a phenomenal athlete right there in the middle, waiting.
So we are right at 5K inside Cleveland Circle through Brookline, Boston, and Back Bay. And again, everybody looking forward to that big left onto Boylston and that last stretch. And it looks like they're going to need all of that to sort this thing out. Lokedi, who won in New York in 2022 and has been really just close since, hasn't quite been able to repeat that championship. Yehualaw's got a major marathon under her belt, London champion in 2022.
You know, John, nobody's giving space. They're running so tight together. You see a lot of saying, hey, take the lead or give me some space, because they want to be comfortable as much as they can, because the lactic acid has kicked in. They're fatiguing. They wouldn't want any bumping into each other. So it's going to be a great race toward the finish. These are very accomplished athletes on their own rights. You know, but Helen Berry have the speed of the 1,500 meter, but, you know, it's a marathon.
You've got Yehualaw, who is got a world record on the roads in the 10K at 29:14 against a woman who's got a couple of World Championship gold medals in the 5,000.
Yes, so they slowed a little bit because they were up by about 2 minutes, but they are now getting ready for those final pushes, right? And they're really getting more strategic here. As I said, they are probably taking a look at their watch and saying, oh my goodness, we're running fast, but not concerned about the course record. That's more about the after effect.
It's too late. It's too late to worry about that now. Like we're 23 miles into this thing.
Well, just watching, they always go back to the 3 across, and then somebody wants to push a little bit. 3 across, and they push again. A little look back, and I don't love that. Yehualaw taking a look back. To me, that shows weakness.
You know, it's weakness, but at the same time, it can be beneficial. The reason being is like I got third spot to secure, but now I'm gonna draft behind and be able to just hold on to the end. So, yes, sometimes I think it can be a sign of weakness, but I think also see to make sure you got secure third place if you're gonna make a move.
Yep.
Make sure Bariso's far enough back. Alexis Beckett, let's get your point of view on this thing. In fact, if you want, ruin the suspense. Who's gonna win?
I don't know. All of these women look so strong. I do not know, but Helen Obiri, as she's trying to make this three-peat happen, she told me that her daughter told her that she has to change her tactics this year. She said, Mom, they know what you're capable of. You got to do something a little bit different. She's running so fast, but I can't imagine she changed that last tactic of that final kick. So exciting. It's loud here. I'm loving every second of it as these women try to make history. I'll send it back to you guys.
Tanya at 9 years old telling her mom how to race. I believe it.
I think I say this every time that she's in a race, but it's one of my favorite stories. And I asked her, what does Tanya say sometimes when you don't win? And she just says, Mom, why'd you let that lady beat you? Which, you know, kids are really, they ask pointed questions.
Well, Yehualaw won the London Marathon in 2022 in her debut. And guess what? She's run the fastest out of these 3 by a lot. She has a PR of 2:16.52. I don't like that she took a look back, but she got right back up in there, and she's feeling that energy that these 2 in front. Sharon Lokedi leading this race. Helen Obiri. These 2 have duked it out time and time again. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can hardly handle it.
There are no secrets here, to be sure. Amanda McGrory, you were a pace setter. You were a pioneer to some degree in yours. You watch this and see strong, powerful women competing like this. What do we think? What's your view?
A pack of 3 is not a bad place to be. Like Meb said, you are guaranteed a 3rd place finish. You're guaranteed a podium spot. So I think that could give someone a little bit of courage to make a risky move here, put themselves out there and see what's going to happen.
Shannon Lokedi is taking the lead because she knows what the speed of Helen Obiri is going to be like. She don't want to be coming to balls, and she's going to try as much as she can to get it. Yehualaw is kind of dropping a little bit, so she's going to secure 2nd place and see what happens on Boston. It's going to be a duel meet between Helen and Sharon.
Mile 24, 4:53, everybody. We are seeing a little bit of a break here.
Yep.
Sharon Lokedi, this is what she does. She likes to push in the final 2 miles. I told you, when she ran that half in New York City just a few weeks ago, some of the Americans are making their way here. Jess McLean is now in 7th position.
Sharon Lokedi destroys the course record of 2:19.59 by 2.5 minutes. Yehualaw comes in 3rd, last place on the podium by her. Great race.